Hello friends, and welcome to my Rare Old Coins TV Coin channel. Here, we explore the fascinating world of coins from around the globe, from rare old coins to modern treasures. If you love history, culture, and collecting, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with our journey into the history of money. The 5 cents United States of America 1989 coin, commonly known as the 1989 Jefferson nickel, stands as one of the most recognizable and enduring pieces of American coinage, representing not only monetary value but also the story of a nation's history, craftsmanship, and evolution in design and production. This coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which first began in 1938, replacing the earlier Buffalo nickel design that was struck from 1913 to 1938. The 1989 5 cents coin continues the traditional tribute to Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and one of the most influential founding fathers, who authored the Declaration of Independence and played a pivotal role in shaping the early political and philosophical foundations of the United States. The obverse front of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor who won a national design competition for the new nickel in 1938. His design was selected for its classical style, balance, and dignified simplicity. The portrait of Jefferson on the 1989 nickel shows intricate detail in his hair, coat, and facial expression, symbolizing both intelligence and leadership. Above Jefferson's head, the motto, "In God We Trust," appears prominently, reflecting America's spiritual and national motto, while the word, liberty, is engraved to the right of his profile, followed by the date 1989, the year of minting. Depending on the mint location, the coin may bear a mint mark just below the date, such as P for the Philadelphia Mint, D for the Denver Mint, or S for the San Francisco Mint used on proof coins. Moving to the reverse back side of the 1989 Jefferson nickel, the design continues with another of Felix Schlag's enduring artistic contributions, the depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home and architectural masterpiece. Monticello's neoclassical dome, columns, and symmetrical windows are finely rendered, symbolizing Jefferson's passion for architecture, science, and Enlightenment ideals. The building is centered on the reverse, with the word, Monticello, written directly beneath it in capital letters. Above the image, the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, out of many, one, appears, signifying the unity of the diverse states forming one nation. Below Monticello, the denomination, 5 cents, is inscribed, followed by the legend, United States of America. These inscriptions, combined with the balance of imagery and lettering, create a visually harmonious and patriotic design that has stood the test of time for over 8 decades. The physical specifications of the 1989 nickel are consistent with modern U.S. 5-cent pieces. It has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, and a weight of 5.0 grams. Its composition consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel, forming a cupronical alloy that gives the coin its characteristic silver-gray color and resistance to corrosion. Unlike other U.S. denominations, the nickel has a smooth edge not reeded. The 1989 issue was struck in large quantities for circulation, with the Philadelphia Mint producing over 600 million coins and the Denver Mint striking a similar amount, ensuring that the 1989 nickel was widely distributed throughout the American economy. In addition, the San Francisco Mint issued a smaller number of proof coins, high-quality examples specially struck for collectors using polished dies and mirror-like fields. From a numismatic perspective, the 1989 Jefferson nickel holds more historical and sentimental value than monetary worth, as most examples remain common in circulation. However, condition and mint mark significantly affect collector interest. A worn circulated piece generally retains a face value of 5 cents, but uncirculated examples, especially those graded Mississippi 65 or higher by certification agencies like PCGS or NGC, can attract premium prices from collectors who seek flawless luster, sharp strikes, and original surfaces. Proof versions from San Francisco, bearing the S mint mark, feature deep cameo contrasts between the frosted portrait and mirrored background, adding aesthetic appeal for numismatists. Errors and varieties, such as double die obverses, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies, also increase collectible value, with rare specimens fetching higher prices. Historically, the 1989 nickel is emblematic of the final years of the Cold War era, reflecting a time when the U.S. economy was stable, and technological innovations were changing daily life. The Jefferson Nickels' continued use symbolized America's steady identity through changing decades. The coin also connects back to Jefferson's ideals of democracy, education, and innovation, values that remained relevant in 1989 as the world witnessed the fall of the Berlin Wall and the dawn of a new geopolitical era. Collectors today appreciate the 1989 nickel not merely as a piece of metal, but as a tangible representation of continuity in American values. Over time, the Jefferson Nickels series underwent several design updates, including a major redesign in 2004–2006 to commemorate the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition, both of which Jefferson initiated. However, the 1989 version retains the classic Schlag design, making it part of the pre-westward journey generation of nickels, a period beloved for its traditional style and connection to mid-20th century coinage aesthetics. The longevity of this design, 1938–2003, is a testament to its timelessness and Jefferson's enduring place in American consciousness. In terms of metal content value, while the face value remains 5 cents, fluctuations in metal markets occasionally make the intrinsic metal worth slightly less or more, though melting nickels for their metal is illegal under U.S. law. As for collectability, mint sets from 1989, which include uncirculated examples of all denominations, remain a popular entry point for new collectors. Proof sets containing the 1989 S nickel, packaged by the U.S. Mint, are prized for their quality and presentation. In conclusion, the 1989 United States 5 cents Jefferson nickel is a coin of subtle beauty, historical depth, and cultural meaning. It embodies the nation's legacy through its portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's greatest thinkers, and through its depiction of Monticello, a symbol of reason, architecture, and intellectual pursuit. Though it may seem ordinary in everyday circulation, each 1989 nickel carries within it the story of America's resilience, artistic tradition, and continuity from past to present, a tiny metallic monument to the ideals upon which the nation was built. The 5 cents United States of America 1981 coin, more commonly recognized as the 1981 Jefferson nickel, stands as a timeless representation of American heritage, craftsmanship, and stability in coinage design. Minted during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, this nickel belongs to the enduring Jefferson Nickel series, which was first introduced in 1938 to honor the life and legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and one of the most influential figures in the formation of American democracy. The 1981 nickel is part of a long and unbroken line of coinage that symbolizes America's continuity through changing political, economic, and cultural eras. While the nation was entering a period of technological advancement and global influence, the 1981 Jefferson nickel quietly circulated in the hands of millions of citizens, serving both as a medium of exchange and as a miniature piece of history representing Jefferson's ideals of liberty, knowledge, and progress. The obverse front of the 1981 5-cent coin prominently features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, meticulously designed by Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor who won a national design competition in 1938 when the U.S. Mint sought a new design to replace the earlier Buffalo nickel. Schlag's design was chosen for its neoclassical balance, dignity, and accurate representation of Jefferson's likeness, taken from an 18th-century bust. On the 1981 issue, the fine details of Jefferson's hair, his high collar, and the subtle lines of his expression remain symbols of intellectual strength and leadership. Above his head, the national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed, reflecting the country's faith-based heritage. To the left, the word, Liberty, appears, followed by a small 5-pointed star, and then the year of issue 1981, engraved in a clean serif font. The mint mark, which identifies where the coin was struck, is found just below the date, either P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco on proof coins. Each mint produced millions of nickels, making this issue widely available in circulation across the United States. The reverse back of the 1981 Jefferson nickel showcases one of the most iconic architectural depictions in all of American coinage, Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. Monticello, meaning little mountain, in Italian, was designed by Jefferson himself and reflects his deep passion for architecture, symmetry, and Enlightenment ideals. The 1981 Nickels reverse design, also by Felix Schlag, captures the neoclassical elegance of the mansion, with its dome, portico columns, and central staircase. Above the building, the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, stands as a reminder of the unity among the diverse states of America. Beneath Monticello, the inscriptions, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America, complete the design. The font, spacing, and alignment of these words remain virtually unchanged since the design's inception, maintaining a sense of historical continuity that coin collectors deeply appreciate. The technical specifications of the 1981 nickel are consistent with the traditional Jefferson nickel composition. It weighs 5.00 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.95 millimeters. Its metal composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, creating a durable cupronickel alloy that gives the coin a distinctive silver-gray appearance with a slight golden hue when worn. The edge is plain, smooth rather than reeded, making it distinct from other denominations like the dime or quarter. The coin's metallic composition and design were carefully chosen to balance aesthetics, production cost, and wear resistance, ensuring longevity in circulation. In terms of mintage and mint marks, the 1981 nickel was produced in 3 major facilities: the Philadelphia Mint No mint mark, the Denver Mint D, and the San Francisco Mint S, the latter primarily for proof sets intended for collectors. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 657 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced more than 571 million, making them common in circulation. The 1981 S-proof nickel, on the other hand, was struck with polished dies on specially prepared planchettes, resulting in a sharp, mirror-like finish that showcases the artistry of Schlag's design in exquisite detail. From a numismatic perspective, the 1981 Jefferson nickel is generally considered a common date within the series, meaning it is easily obtainable for collectors. Circulated examples typically hold only face value, but uncirculated coins in mint state grades Mississippi 65 and above can command small premiums, especially those with full steps on the Monticello design, a feature that indicates a sharp and complete strike. Collectors prize coins with full steps FS designation because they demonstrate superior die quality and preservation. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially sought after when they exhibit deep cameo, contrast, with frosted designs in mirror-like fields. While the 1981 nickel is not rare, its numismatic charm lies in its representation of the stable, unchanging coinage designs that connected generations of Americans across decades. Historically, the 1981 nickel also reflects the broader economic and cultural backdrop of the early 1980s United States. The nation was emerging from a period of inflation and energy crises in the late 1970s and moving into an era defined by technological growth, deregulation, and global influence. Despite all the societal change, the 5-cent piece remained a reassuring constant in the pockets of Americans, a small but tangible reminder of the country's enduring institutions and the historical legacy of its founders. It was during these years that coins like the 1981 nickel circulated heavily in everyday commerce, in vending machines, telephone booths, and grocery stores. quietly passing from hand to hand while bearing the timeless image of Jefferson and his home. In terms of collector interest, the 1981 Jefferson nickel often forms part of complete Jefferson series collections, which span from 1938 to the present. For those assembling a full run of nickels, the 1981 issue represents one of the modern-era coins struck before the later redesigns that commemorated Jefferson's bicentennial and the Lewis and Clark Expedition, 2004-2006. Many collectors appreciate this period for its consistent minting standards and its continuation of Felix Schlag's original vision without alteration. Coin roll hunters, too, occasionally search for high-grade 1981 nickels or error varieties, such as off-center strikes, double-die obverses, or planchette flaws. These minting errors, though rare, can add considerable value to what is otherwise a common coin. The metallic value of the 1981 5-cent coin is typically less than its face value due to market regulations and laws that prohibit the melting of U.S. nickels for scrap metal. Nevertheless, fluctuations in copper and nickel prices occasionally spark public interest in the intrinsic worth of older nickels. Beyond this practical dimension, the coin's symbolic value far outweighs its monetary one. It serves as a compact emblem of America's democratic ideals and cultural endurance. In conclusion, the 5 cents United States of America 1981 Jefferson nickel is more than just a small piece of currency, it is a living artifact of national history. Its elegant design, rooted in neoclassical art and Enlightenment philosophy, links the modern era to the revolutionary spirit of the 18th century. The portrait of Thomas Jefferson continues to remind citizens of America's founding principles: liberty, unity, and intellectual pursuit. Every 1981 nickel tells a silent story, a story of craftsmanship, heritage, and the enduring promise of the United States, captured in metal and carried in the hands of millions across generations. Please like and subscribe to my channel.